Hi Cancer, welcome to your April 2022 astrological forecast. So all the planets are like in the top part of your chart, like this 7th house through 12th. Everything's up here. So it looks like you're an outie. What that means is you're like moving through the outer world. It's not so much inner right now, okay? And really, not too much is I want to say bothering you right now. Things seem to be going a little bit better possibly for you. Right now, the sun is in Aries up until the 19th, and Mercury's here up until the 9th, and there's a new moon in Aries on the 1st. And where you have Aries in your chart is your 10th house of your public persona, how you're known by reputation, professionally and publicly. How people see and view you and speak about you publicly. Okay, but this is like mainly the house of your career, but it's also your personal status. You know what I mean? Public status, professional and personal. So you're getting an awful lot of attention right now with Mercury being here since last month, and the sun since last month. That people are discussing you, they're talking about you, even just like wondering what you've been up to for whatever. So you're in the public eye whether or not you want to be. If you were trying to get everyone's attention, then you are. Okay. But the month does start off with Mars still in Aquarius in your 8th house, where you have the sign of Aquarius, and it's here up until the 13th, and Venus just like up until the 4th in Aquarius, okay? Along with Saturn, that is already here in your 8th house of other people's resources and money, okay? The house of rebirth and regeneration. So having Mars here since last month has put an awful lot of activity or energy into this area of your life. This is shared resources even. It's shared property with anyone, but usually with a partner. This is a partner house, kind of. This is a good give and take kind of house. This is sometimes where you decide how much you're actually going to do that, give and take. How much you're willing to take and how much you're willing to give, okay? The planet Pluto is in Capricorn, your opposite sign, in your 7th house. Been there for years now, right? Well, this actually turns retrograde on the 29th, so it'll affect you a little bit more than other people. But, any kind of progress that you've made in your close relationships, that's what the 7th house is, okay? And you should have made some kind of progress here, okay? In fact, you should have been able to take your power back in a way in your close relationships. This is romantic, business, or friendship, okay? So when this planet turns retrograde, it gives you a chance to kind of review. Review your relationships, your close relationships. And right now, having Saturn in your 8th house, maybe at one time you had, someone helping you financially, possibly, or maybe they were giving you use of something that they have. Even like, it could be anything, the use of a really big ticket item like a car or an apartment or home or something. Maybe you were staying somewhere, or vice versa. You may have given all of these things to someone else. Could be like a bit of a problem, or has been within the past year or two or something, since Saturn entered this area. Or money that you had coming in. Maybe you had some kind of this is the house of inheritance and legacies, okay? So maybe you have already received something like that, like money or whatever, and it's gone, it's dried up, or, something like that. Something has become a little bit of a burden possibly in this area, and it could be in regards to your close relationships. Maybe you know, someone you're with spends too much or charges too much on the credit cards, or even if you don't have jointly held accounts, you know, they're still affecting you in some way or other, that they're like curtailing your ability to do a lot of things. Okay, so since Venus and Mars has been here in your eighth house, I think you've kind of like really taken care of that, or have taken steps to take care of that, you know, to stop the bleeding of assets coming from this area of your life, you know, to stop the flow going out, and try to get it to come back in where it should be, right? So you could be actually just holding on a little bit tighter to what is yours, you know, which is a very good idea. But also, though, if there was something that is yours, that's due you, that you don't have, if someone has, especially if someone has something of yours that they borrowed possibly, or even just have taken, you know, and you know it, uh, Mars here is really making you go after that, getting your stuff back, getting what is yours, what's due you. And this is in regards to anything right now, with planets in your ninth house in Pisces of legal matters. Okay, if you have a legal settlement or insurance settlement or refund, or something that is supposed to come back to you, especially money, you're really putting a pressure on, and you should. Okay, and that will continue even when Mars moves into Pisces on the 14th into your ninth house, and Venus moves here on the 5th. Okay, and Jupiter and Neptune are already here. Okay, so as far as a legal matter goes, if it was stalled, or somebody was just giving you a runaround, this Neptune here, somebody could have been doing that in a way, just dragging it out, or not really telling you anything. A lot of people feel as long as they say something, that some people, and not even informative, you know, they're not even saying anything worthwhile for you to listen to, or get anything to take away from whatever it was, you know, any kind of knowledge that they, whatever it was that they said to you. So they feel as long as they're flapping their lips, you know, that that'll get rid of you. And that's not what's happening here. In fact, having Venus here, if you are not getting anywhere with a certain someone, it's best to contact, if you're calling, you know, by phone or by mail is a different story, because you can't control who gets a hold of that, you know what I mean? But if you can call on a different day at a different time, with Venus here, you're going to get someone now who will actually help you in this area. Move forward, do something, you know, find out what the hell's going on. Especially with Mars being here, but Venus here is smoothing things over. People are more likely to like want to help you in anything. You know, it could be anything. But again, this is a big, ninth house is always known for a big travel and communication house, usually long distance travel, foreign travel, contact with people at a distance or from another country or different culture. So that could be on the agenda this month, you know, a trip of some kind. Jupiter is leaving here next month, moving into Aries. I think it does retrograde back briefly into Pisces again, but it's really nice to get, you know, get it while it's in forward motion. You know, if you were planning on some kind of trip, this would be the time to take it, especially with all these planets here. And Mars is a big energizer in this area. You know, this isn't just travel. This is media and publishing. This is an internet house. So if you were expanding in this area some way or other, if you're publishing something online, could be a magazine or a newspaper, or just a website or podcast. You know, this would be when you'd really, if you haven't already launched it, you would do something like that now. You'd be getting an awful lot of attention too at the same time. And we're back to, you know, even planets being in your 10th house in Aries, okay, with all of these things like coming together in a way, okay. Now the sun moves into, well, let me get to this first. Okay, now there is a full moon in Libra on the 16th. Where you have Libra in your chart is your 4th house. It's directly across from your 10th house of Aries. So your 4th house is your personal life. It's your home life, family. It's where you actually live, the people you live with, even if you live alone, whatever. But, you know, it's your past. It's a house of the past also, and your childhood. So, you know, I don't think this is a very big deal. Usually what happens, full moons bring issues or whatever to the surface so they can be dealt with. So at this time, there may be something happening in your personal life or happening at home where you have to stop whatever you're doing in your professional life to take care of something at home. And then you just go back to, you know, go back to work, whatever. So that's the way it actually should be. You know, family or home or personal life, I think, should come first, right? Before professional. Doesn't always, but, you know, so it could be something just minor even. I don't think it's a very big deal. But anyways, the sun moves into Taurus on the 19th, and Mercury moves into Taurus on the 10th and is moving very fast and actually moves into Gemini on the 29th. You have Gemini on your 12th house, and we'll cover that next month because it's only here the 29th and 30th and not long enough to really affect you too much. So, however, it is zipping through your 11th house where you have the sign of Taurus. The Sun, Mercury, and the planet Uranus is already here. There is a new moon partial solar eclipse here on the 30th. So this eclipse is going to make the new moon, the effects of the new moon last longer than it normally would. Okay, it energizes it. And your 11th house is your house of friends and acquaintances. It's your most sociable house. It's socializing in person, going to places where you normally go to hang out. It's also social media, socializing online, whatever groups or organizations you belong to. And it's also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So having the planet Uranus here for the past few years has brought a lot of unusual people into your life, a lot of times meeting very like chance meetings with people, running into you know, someone or other, or meeting someone under unusual circumstances when you're out somewhere. You know, maybe you could accidentally spill a drink on somebody and that person becomes like a lifelong friend, you know what I mean? So opportunities like that are here, very unexpected occurrences, okay, and surprises, even in regards to like your own friends, you know. You could find out some kind of, you know, something like really astonishing, you know, about one of your friends that you never knew, right? Had you known, you'd be like, what? You know, probably find it hard to believe, or maybe wonder, would you have taken up with them, befriended them or whatever, had you known all this stuff? You know what I mean? Something could be accidentally revealed somewhere along the way, okay? But this new moon brings a new beginning, and it really energizes you and your group of friends, or new friends, new people. That's the big thing here, is newness to everything. You don't have to be, you know, saddled with people that have been in your life like all your life. You have to branch out and meet new people as you grow older, you know. A lot of people don't do that, but it's probably healthy to do that very thing. Okay, so let's see what else. That's pretty much it. Okay, the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Cancer on the 7th, 8th, and 9th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Capricorn, and those dates are the 21st and 22nd. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 17th, 18th, and 30th. The best time for money is the 10th, 11th, 12th, 23rd, and 24th. The best time for your career is the 1st, 2nd, 27th, 28th, and 29th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 12th, 13th, 14th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my subscribers for your continued support. I really, really appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel and you like this video, please subscribe, like, and share. Check out the links below in my in the description box, and check out my weekly forecasts. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Goodbye.